You're watching IntoWineTV. I'm your host, Lisa Kolenda. Today we're at Cobb Wine Bar and Kitchen in San Francisco, and we're doing blind tasting. What do you think, Pamela?
Well, it smells and it looks like a pretty young wine. It almost has a little bit of the aroma of a wine that's not completely finished. There's a little bit of like a watermelon banana aroma, but I don't necessarily find that unpleasant. So it's just a comment. It is moderate acidity. It's more fruit driven, but there's definitely a lot of terroir. There's a little bit of like a raw meat character in the nose. It reminds me of some Spanish wines, and not just because we tried one, but it reminds me of some of the wines I've had from Spain. The finish has a little bit of heat. Heat meaning alcohol. Yeah, I'd say this to me is like what I would expect from a good inexpensive wine. This, like, I taste this and I think, okay, this is like $15, no more. Maybe, possibly even less. What do you think?
I absolutely agree with everything you've said. I think it's got a dryness which to me implies a European wine, and I'm thinking either Spain, Portugal, or southern France. I agree that it's an inexpensive wine, but a very well made, very good quality inexpensive wine. I'd say $14 to $19. That sort of price range.
Yeah, it reminds me of some of the better wines I've had from Campo de Borja. I would say it could be like a Tempranillo Garnacho blend, something like that.
Yeah, it grows on me actually. The first smell I had of it, I wasn't enamored, but actually the palate is really delicious after a while. It's sort of, I'm not elevating it above a $20 wine, but I think it's an attractive, pleasing, crowd-pleasing, want to drink more type of wine. I think I prefer the palate to the nose.
Yeah, well, there's a little sulfur in the nose too.
But it's got enough weight and I think the length on it is very, very good. If it's wine in the teens, I think it's extremely good. Yeah,
which it definitely should be.
Yeah.
I think you would probably pay a little more for this than I would. I think I would probably stop at 18.
Yeah, no, I'm saying 19. What's the difference? 18, 19.
$1. That's
$1.
The difference.
Well, let's see what it is.
Yeah.
This is the 2006 Crasto Douro Red. Retails for $20. So pretty close.
So that's from
so can I see it?
This is from Portugal.
Okay.
Douro Valley.
So does it have Tinto Roriz, which is Tempranillo? Yeah, 50% of Tinto Roriz, 20 Tinta Barroca, 15 Touriga Franca, and 15 Touriga Nacional. So port grapes.
Port grapes, basically it's a port wine, which is, instead of adding brandy to the wine during fermentation to make it into port, they just allow the fermentation to continue until the wine's dry, and that's how they make the Douro wine. So this is the Douro region, which if you think of Spain and you're more familiar with the Ribera del Duero, as soon as it hits the Spanish border, the Portuguese border, they change the name of a river to the Douro. So really, the difference between Ribera del Duero and Douro is just walking across this border. It's the same basic region. So if you
but the Duero goes. There's Ribera del Duero, but then it goes through other parts of Spain too.
But the wine produce the best part of the place where they make the best wines in the Ribera del Duero is right on the Spanish-Portuguese border, right?
But Ribera del Duero is not on the border.
Yeah, it goes straight through from...
the Duero River does, but the region, Ribera del Duero, is not on the border.
Well, it's close. It's not too
that
far.
close. Do we have a map of Spain?
We don't have a map of Spain, but you might be right. But
it's not that close.
We'll save that for the next show.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, so
cool.
Good reviews for the 2006 Crasto Douro Red from Portugal. Thanks for joining us.
Sure.